welcome to Podcast with Nanz. On today's episode, I'll be speaking to the brilliant Sheldon Bailey from Urban Jam. Sheldon Bailey, welcome to Podcast with Nanz. How are you doing?
I'm good in you, Nanz. Are you? Thank you so much for having me on your podcast. This is so cool.
It's only a pleasure having you here with me. Tell me, who is Sheldon Bailey?
Who is Sheldon Bailey? Um, Sheldon Bailey is. I'm a very chilled guy. I know it's crazy to say it. I'm very
What
chill
does that even mean? Because, chilled in what sense?
in everything. Like I don't know. Like things can be crazy and chaotic around me. You know. I'm
Doesn't
normally,
affect you.
yeah, it doesn't really. Doesn't really. I don't like. I don't really like conflict and stuff like that. So I try and keep the peace as best as possible.
Yeah, stay away from the chaos.
Yeah. So I'm quite chilled. Very very persistent if I want to get something done.
Yeah, we know that.
Eh,
From behind the camera, you're very persistent.
yes. If I want to get something done, I want to get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I can say I'm a creative. I love creating new things. I love thinking up new stuff. Fresh ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically Sheldon in a nutshell.
Tell me about your creative side.
Tell you-
How are you creative? In what ways?
Yo, in everything. Like I don't think there's a limit to my creativity. Like whatever needs to be done, I'll find like
A way
even
around it.
I'll find a
creative
way around it. I'll find a creative way around it. So no matter what it is,
Yeah.
I'll always find I think some people working with me, so I can be.
A struggle to work
Yeah,
with.
because you'll give me like Sheldon, there's a problem, and I'm like, dude, find a solution. Just use your brain and figure out a solution. So I think I'm quite, a tough person to work with when it comes to finding creative solutions.
When did this creativity start? How old were you? Do you remember?
Yo, um, I don't really know. It just happened. I never like really, you know, took note of when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
It happened. And I just grew more and more into it. I think I just as I was growing older, I just started actually realizing that this is, the way I actually am.
Yeah.
You know, um, but to put like pinpoint when it actually started, I don't really.
Have no idea.
Nah, I don't.
But I know you come from a creative family. So, what was it like growing up?
Lots of music.
Yeah.
My family is creatives in the sense when it comes to music.
Mm-hmm.
I actually come from a musical family. Um, Dad is a musician. Mom is a musical teacher. And almost all my siblings play instruments.
Yeah. Are you
You
all
know.
vocalists as well?
Not all of us,
Most.
but most of us.
How many siblings are you?
We five.
5?
Yes.
How was that growing up?
Um, it was weird because I'm the middle.
Okay.
I'm the middle child.
Middle
So
child syndrome.
yeah. So yes.
Neither here nor there.
So it was kind of weird because I didn't really know, you know, who to hang out with, and so I was like, I think that's more like where the whole creativity sparked because I was like, majority of the time I was like on my own, like
Yeah.
I'm.
Do you feel like you drew some creative aspects from your older siblings and some from your younger ones?
It's crazy. I think they actually draw from me.
Wow.
Yeah, to be quite honest with you, I think my older siblings and my younger siblings actually, when it comes to like the creative side of things, they actually, yeah,
It comes from
yeah,
from
comes
you.
from, yeah,
Oh, that's interesting.
yeah, very,
And
very.
you mentioned now that your mom was a music teacher. So did you study music or learn music from mom?
We never studied music, but my mom actually taught us music, like the theory side of music.
How to read
Yeah,
music.
how to read music. So my mom actually plays flutes, like silver flutes, like the recorder and those kind of things. So that's what my mom plays. Um,
Do you guys perform together as a family?
Not really.
How
We
come?
haven't. Now I think the siblings more now, you
Okay.
know. Now that a majority of my siblings have grown in like in their craft.
More established
Yeah, you
in
know,
a sense.
my younger brother plays bass. Uh, older brother plays guitar, and
Wow.
then you get Sheldon that almost plays everything,
And dances.
and I dance as well. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we have our jam sessions now. But as a family, it was more, everybody was still in a learning stage, so we never used to have jam sessions. We used to sit and listen to my dad play and my mom play and rehearse,
Yeah.
you know, for church and, you know, and for whatever other events.
And over the years, how did that develop?
The,
Your music, your level of creativity.
uh, yeah,
So it started, did you start off with music or did you start off dancing? Which,
I started off with music,
yeah.
because I
When,
started learning the violin and the recorder. So I started off with,
is this from your mom?
yes. So mom and them sent me. They actually sent me to school to learn violin.
Mm.
Um, because I took the. So what happened was they gave me a flute. It was we had to like do a thingy for church.
Yeah.
And what happened was they gave me the flute, and in 2 weeks,
You had to play a piece
yes, but I knew how the whole thing worked. I knew the chords. I knew I was playing as if I was playing
forever.
for years in like 2 weeks.
Mm.
So then they were like, okay, let's actually send, you know. So I actually went to like school for, never really finished though.
Yeah.
Um, but I went to school for violin, and you know they actually sent me because of the way I was growing in music.
Why didn't you finish?
Um, More financial reasons,
Okay.
but also um, just busy man. I then when I was learning violin, I then found the love of dance. You know, so
Where's the correlation?
it was very weird. Uh,
Tell me.
it was it was at school, man. Um, During break time, they were having the kids were prepping for like a show. Like you know, school
Sure.
has like your
Yeah.
you have your plays and stuff like that. Um, and so they were busy prepping for that, and then me and my friends went into the auditorium. I used to go to school in
Okay.
Midrand High. So we went to the auditorium, and these guys were busy breakdancing. So I was fascinated with that. I was blown away. With I was like, wow, you know, that is so cool. Then since that day, I went home and I tried like two of the moves I saw,
Okay.
uh, and I used to practice it every day. And what happened is my brother saw. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
And decided to join.
And then he decided to join, and then it just went crazy from there.
Viral.
That's what it's weird, but
How
that's
old were you?
um I was 11.
11 years old. That's quite young.
Yeah.
And after that, where did you take dance, or how else did dance develop?
Yo. So then after that, we I had like somehow me and my brother used to now practice, you know, and then we just went crazy with the whole breakdancing
What's
thing.
your brother's name?
Egan, my elder brother.
Hi, Egan.
So my elder brother, we just went crazy with the whole thing. He was actually like a skater, you know,
Yeah.
back in the day. Um, and then I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't really know. It just somehow happened. We
Came
got a
together.
whole group of guys that also do breakdancing, and they're also skaters and graffiti artists
Oh,
and
amazing.
rappers, and you know somehow we just attracted that, you know.
Yeah.
And we used to do this thing now every day after school. It was like, you know, come home, you get your homework done,
Rush out to dance.
rush out to dance. If we're not dancing, we just having a rap session. If we're not having that, the guys are skating, but it's a whole chill vibe, you know, like with all the elements of like, you know, hip hop you know.
Very cool.
So that just happened. It just went crazy from there. Um, then we obviously moved. I moved to the south. My
Sure.
family moved
It's a big change
to the
from
south. Yeah,
Midland to the south.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then everything went crazy from there as well. Cause then I started a dance crew called. So we moved to El Raro Park, right?
Okay.
Um, and then I started a dance crew called Be Supreme. Myself and my brother and a friend of his named Levert.
Interesting name.
Um,
Be
we
Supreme.
started the dance crew called Be Supreme. So what we would do was we would like just random kids would come and we would just like teach
Teach.
them like the stuff that we know
Mm.
because we were learning as well as as
Yeah,
time
learning
was
and
going.
sharing
Yeah.
at the same
So
time.
we were busy teaching these kids how to break dance, the basics of what we know, and it just grew and grew and grew, you know. Um, Be Supreme became so big. Eventually, all these, dances that you probably see on television,
Yeah.
they also, like, a lot of them, like, there's a girl by the name of Taryn Alberts.
Yeah.
She's the face of Nike for South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
She used to dance for a crew called Vintage. Then there's Joshua. If I
Was she
can,
part of your crew as well?
yes. So these are the people like that I'm mentioning that came out of Be Supreme and like Be Supreme
Expanded.
molded them into
Oh,
these
wow.
artists. Then we had Joshua Zacchaeus. He's a drummer, but he plays for Lira. I don't know if you know Lira.
Yes.
He plays for Lira, for Danny Kaye, Luis Sobala, all of these celebrities.
Wow.
And like a lot of the people that you probably might know
Yeah.
came out of Be Supreme. These artists.
That's amazing.
You know, so Be Supreme literally. So what our original thought process or the reason we started Be Supreme. So Be Supreme actually stands for B. The B stands for B Boys.
Okay.
Okay, and then the Supreme stands for God Almighty. So it was more of a keeping kids out of. It became that,
Okay.
keeping kids out of trouble, and actually sharing knowledge with them, and also ministering. So it was like a more of a
Oh, that is lovely.
ministry.
Yeah.
So what happened is from there, churches used to want us to dance for them. It just
Blew up.
it just blew up crazy.
Mm.
Dance really just my
Took it.
dance journey just went crazy. From there, um, I then moved to because then everybody started growing. So Taryn went to like she had her crew,
Yeah.
Lachey, and so Lachey is actually the guy who choreographs for Idols. So he started the crew called Vintage. So then some of the members went there. So everybody started now because they grew so much. Everybody went like their
Parted
different
ways.
directions to
Yeah.
grow more. Myself, my brother, his wife, we moved to an award-winning crew called Freeze Frame.
Sure.
So we went to audition for Freeze Frame,
Yeah.
and we grew there so much. Because then we would perform for like huge artists like Freeze Frame performed like for Kerry Hilson, and
All the
they
big
would open up
artists.
for these huge
Yeah.
international artists and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And also they were very well known, especially when it comes to the battlefield.
Yeah.
We would do damage.
Sure.
Oh my word, we would do damage. Like people knew like when we arrive.
What did they do for you personally? When you join these crews and you're doing so much of good stuff, what does that do for you as a person?
I don't know. I think it just shaped my character. It made me stronger as well. It made me a stronger person. It also opened me up to a lot of possibilities.
Yeah.
Because like being with Be Supreme, we was stuck in a
A
in
certain
a
type
yeah,
of
and then
performance frame.
when I moved to Freeze Frame, I got to see more greater possibilities because now these guys are performing with international artists.
Yeah.
We're performing with we performing with South African artists. Um, I'm doing performances for like Ford. I'm launching Ford's new vehicles and stuff like that.
Exciting.
I'm launching Samsung when Samsung dropped the S range. We did an opening for the entire whole S range, So it it allowed us to it allowed me for so I say
Yeah.
personally for me, it showed me possibilities.
Different avenues
Yeah,
as well.
you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it shaped me, my character. It made me, you know, much more stronger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Where?
grew
No, sorry. Continue.
from there. Um, obviously, then you know, doing gigs and stuff like that. Eventually, because like I'm saying, my character so it how can I say it
Grew you to a
grew my
point.
yes to a point where I was like, you know what, nah, I want to get past the point where I'm just gigging,
All the time.
where
Yeah.
I'm gigging all the time. I want
Yeah.
to create or build something that's more sustainable, something that I know I can fall back on,
Yeah.
something that's my own,
Mm.
and then I gave birth to Urban Jam.
Yes.
Yes,
Urban Jam.
that's where Urban Jam. So I then started Urban Jam.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Urban Jam,
Which year was that?
I
Urban Jam.
started Urban Jam as a crew. So I started it the same way I did with Be Supreme.
Okay.
I started it as a crew. I think it was in 2010.
Okay.
2010. I started, it was more just a crew. So, like everybody that was part of Be Supreme, or some of the people that were part of Be Supreme,
Yeah.
then were like, you know what, let's be part of Urban Jam, you know?
Yeah.
So, like Taryn came back, Lachey was also part of that, Josh, Joe, so everybody, even my siblings
Yeah.
were part of it. So then we just started it as a crew. And then um, but what I did was I did it differently this time because it was more now teaching for gigging.
Yeah.
So it wasn't now just teaching; it was more teaching so that we could, you know, gig and grow these things. Because my initial idea was I actually want this to be a dance company because I've with Freeze Frame I was exposed to all of this.
So many things.
What a dance company? Oh my word, that's so cool! So I can actually create my own dance company, and that's what I did. So I started it out as a crew, and eventually the plan was to have this as a dance company.
Very
You
interesting.
know, and over the years, eventually, I think for 4 years, I was just doing the whole crew vibe, and we was the same way we were operating as Be Supreme.
Yeah.
And then I think after that, I was like, you know what, I actually wanna register this thing
Into a
and
proper company.
open it as a proper company. And I launched Urban Jam as a proper dance company in 2014.
Wow.
In 2014, I did a whole launch, um, which was so awesome.
Where did you do the launch and how was it done?
So I did the launch at I think it was the Lyric Theater, at Gold Reef City.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, the
amazing.
Lyric Theater.
Yeah.
Um, I did the launch and I had all of these genres. So I was just teaching hip hop,
Yeah.
but what I did is I had like all of these different genres, ballet, contemporary. So I had all of
A
these things
nice mix.
collaborate. So we put on a whole theater production,
Yeah.
um, and I launched Urban Jam as an official Urban Jam dance company
Oh,
in 2014.
really super cool.
Yeah, it's a crazy journey.
How did we meet? Do
Me
you
and
remember?
you. Yes, I actually do. I actually do.
No, don't lie. You didn't actually remember.
I do remember how we met. I was visiting a friend. I was Muchi.
Yeah, the rapper Muji.
Yes, the
Yeah.
rapper. I was visiting Muchi, and at that time I was driving a red car, which had
Literally,
which
yeah.
had the company's
Banners on them.
banners on the car, and I pulled into Muchi's complex, which I didn't know at the time was
Same
yours
as
as
mine.
well,
Yeah.
and you were his neighbor, mind you.
Imagine.
So pull into the parking lot, and then you stopped me in the parking lot, and you were
To
like,
interrogate you.
"Do you own a dance company?" And I'm like, "Yes, I actually do." And you told me about
The
what you were
show.
looking for, and also told me about your concept and the idea for the Sea of
Yeah.
Many Rivers. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Let's collab. I would love to do that. Um, And that's how me and you actually met.
yeah, a
In the
very
parking
strange,
lot.
very
Weird.
very strange story. And also, I'm almost in disbelief how we had that one conversation. And yeah, we spoken after that. But I mean, from just that one conversation, you decided, okay, we were going to dance. And you guys actually just came through and danced.
Yeah. Yeah. And also I think from that one conversation a lot of things just grew,
Yeah,
with us,
yeah.
to doing a workshop for you. A
Oh,
lot of things.
yes.
Yeah, we did a whole
I,
workshop. I did a whole workshop at your school.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was, yeah.
To this now.
And I also attempted doing hip hop dancing,
Yes.
which
Which
is
she left
quite,
us.
I
Which,
almost killed myself.
yeah. I think it was, I think 1, 2 classes, and
Yeah.
then never saw you again.
Yeah, no, and you'll never be seeing me again, Sheldon. I will never be training with you ever again.
I think my training, what's crazy? I realized over the years that my training, anybody who's trained
It's
under
not
me,
for the faint-hearted.
I don't, because I always want to, like, for me, I've always wanted to build, like, extraordinary dancers.
Yeah.
And so, majority of the dancers that do come from Urban Jam, like those who obviously ventured on their own, I'll mention one cool Montezli
Yeah.
Jacobs comes from Urban Jam
Yeah.
and very brilliant choreographer, brilliant dancer as well,
Hmm.
and a brilliant teacher.
Yeah.
You know, there's more of them. There's quite a few of them.
I think a lot of your
You know,
dancers are very, very good.
yeah, because I train them like crazy.
Yes, I know. I know that from experience.
I train them like crazy.
And some of your dancers actually, and I don't know whether you know this, but some of your dancers actually choreographed for my show as well. So I know that. So initially, you remember, you guys had come and performed as guest artists,
Yeah.
and then some of the dancers also did Bollywood dancing with me. And then at some point, there was just so much of trust, and I really trusted their creative process. So Lachey,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Lachey, and she worked with a girl at the time called Leyland Soul. And they choreographed one dance all by themselves, and they
Nice.
killed it on stage. Yeah. So
Nice.
I don't think I actually told you, but yeah. So
Yes,
they,
if you're telling me now, you can see the surprise. I'm so surprised.
yeah, no, and they did a very very good job. Yeah.
Nice.
So very talented dancers.
You see the pressure pays off.
The pressure
My
does pay
training,
off,
it
but I
makes
mean,
sure.
but it's also the dancers themselves. They must be willing to put in
Yeah.
that work as well. It's a two-way street.
Yeah, it is.
We can't really, I mean, you can be the best dancer in the world and the best dance teacher in the world, but if your students aren't committed to the art themselves and they
Yeah.
don't really show that passion, then it's very difficult to kind of get them to dance at a certain standard.
Yeah, it's true. It is. You are absolutely correct on that. It is a two-way street. Because remember, everybody learns differently.
Yeah.
And everybody wants certain things.
Out of it.
Like we can want the same thing, but my want can be way more than.
Yeah.
So it depends also on how much you want it. So it is a two-way street with anything. I think with dances, with anything you're learning, you must be willing.
Yeah, there must
Yeah.
be that inner passion that comes
Yeah.
from yourself.
Yeah.
How was that experience for you coming to the Sea of Many Rivers? What did your kids think?
I think my kids couldn't stop speaking about Nanz. First of all,
Really?
everything was
I loved them.
everything was Nanz. Yeah. No, Nanz said this. Okay, guys, can we finish with rehearsals? Every what happened? I'm gonna get there, but every second, like normally we do training and stuff. Every time we took a break, nah, they would be running your choreography.
Oh, wow.
Every time we took a break, they would be running your choreography.
Commitment.
So for my kids, they had a blast because it
Aw.
was something new. Like I can remember the first time I pitched it to them, they were like, "Huh, to Bollywood?" I'm like, "Yes, we need to expand. You can't just be stuck in this hip
Tunnel
hop.
visioned.
No,
Yeah.
you need to try different things. We need to be as a dancer. You can't call yourself a dancer
If you do one genre.
if you're doing one genre. Then you a hip hop dancer or you're a contemporary dancer.
Yeah, then you put in a
Yes.
box.
So if you call yourself a dancer, you must can. If I put any genre before you, you must can adapt to it.
Yeah.
That's what a dancer is. And here, I'm not training hip hop dancers only. I'm not training contemporary dancers. I'm training you to become a dancer,
Yeah.
so that you can branch out and you can actually form this as a career. So if a client comes and says, "I want you to be a Bollywood dancer," yes, I
Yeah.
can be a Bollywood
You
dancer. I
can
want
do
you
it.
to do pansula. Yes, I can do that. So for them, the experience was amazing,
No.
and for me, it was really really amazing because to actually do a collaboration with. I never thought, to be honest with you, as much as I
Agreed to it.
agreed to it, I
Yeah.
never thought it would actually like really happen. I thought that I would get somebody in, you know, to teach my kids, this. But I never thought I would actually be collaborating, on a project, So it was for me. It was really amazing, working with you guys, and also seeing like how passionate, like some of the Bollywood dancers you guys had are so passionate. Like even when you speak to them about
Dance.
dance, they're so passionate about it.
And wasn't it strange that we all came from different genres of dance, but when it came to dance, we spoke exactly the same
Same.
language.
Yes.
We spoke exactly the
Yes.
same language.
Yes.
And for me, that, it was very overwhelming. And that's exactly what I wanted. And that's the experience I wanted to give. So I'm so glad that you
And I
and,
think we all got that experience. We got
yeah,
that exactly what you were wanting. I think we all experienced that.
yeah.
I think it was an amazing, to be honest with you, being part of the Sea of Many Rivers was an amazing experience. It really was. And thank you for that.
Oh,
Thank you for being that person that saw me in the parking lot and be like, hey, let me talk to this guy. Let
felt
me
like an interrogator.
no, let me interrogate him.
I
Um,
really felt like an interrogator, I swear.
and you see, that's what's so amazing. Is you actually took that step. You actually took that,
The
that chance.
initiative, yeah.
And, a lot of things are born from that, and that's me.
Yeah.
That's Sheldon. Like I love taking the step. I love
Yeah,
taking.
accepting the challenge and see what you can
You
make
know,
out of it.
yeah.
Yeah, and thank you for trusting me, because I mean that's my biggest thing at the end of it all. Because I'd gone, I mean, with you specifically, I'd come to you and I asked you one time, and you said yes. Not even you didn't even like research you, and that at that time I wasn't a big dance school myself. Not at all. I was just a person out there with not many students actually. Decided to do this show that I had an idea about, and yeah, and you just said yes, and I'm
No, but
very very thankful.
that's how I like anybody that 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 has worked with me or knows me. I'm I hate placing judgment on something like and I don't even know anything about.
Yeah.
You know, especially like I always say to the guys that work with me, don't despise small beginnings. Because you
Yeah.
never know
Where it can take you.
where it can take you.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, and like I said, I'm gonna say it again. I know I said it before. Like just you doing that. Look where we're at now.
Now.
Do
And
you
who
see?
knows where we'll be in the future.
Do you see?
Yeah.
So that's me. I love taking chances on things. I love trying new
New things.
things because you never know.
Yeah.
Might be the birth of something.
Extraordinary. Yeah, extraordinary.
Yeah.
How do you think we can better? I mean, you've come and you've seen everything and how that show panned out. How do you think we can expand on it, or better what we've already done?
Um, I think obviously just opening it up to because remember the Sea of Many Rivers. That saying alone, there's no there's no limit to it. It's a sea of many rivers.
Yeah.
So I think bettering it means probably opening it up to more genres. Like
Yeah.
because like even having tap on, you know, having
We
tap
haven't seen
dances.
tap for years
Having
on a
tap
stage.
dances.
Yeah.
Adding, because remember like this, you get pantula, you get bourgeois. There's more African genres as well.
Yeah.
You know, I saw with the last interview you had with your dad. Your dad was speaking about making it more authentic, having more African.
Yeah.
You know,
Embracing our
you know,
Africanness.
yes, embracing our Africanness.
Yeah.
So adding that, adding more African, you know, genres to it. Like even gumboot dance. We haven't seen gumboot dance
Very
in
long.
a very long time. But also opening it up to more international things as well. Like I think, what is it called? There's this weird dance genre, fox something, fox. But anyway, you know. But it's like there's like so many different genres, nah,
Yeah.
out there. So opening it up, so actually opening the sea of many rivers, bringing it in.
Making it a
Yeah.
broader.
So I think that's what because the way you planned it, the way you laid everything out, was perfect.
Yeah.
Your dad also mentioned something. I think you're speaking about the MC
Mm.
and just making it look more. I think
Seamless.
also bettering the way it flows. Like
Mm.
the MC doesn't have to come up all the time.
Yeah.
It must just flow into the next genre,
Yeah.
into the next genre. So it almost looks like it's one complete show.
Yeah.
I think that's from my point. I think that's the only two things I would say that to better it is adding more genres
Mm.
and also just making the show more seamless.
Seamless and integrating more dance
Yes.
genres. Yeah, that's what we're looking at doing going forward. Um, and going back to the MC Shame, she really did a good job,
Yeah, yeah.
and she actually filled in a lot of the times when we actually weren't ready. So maybe maybe we just need to be more ready backstage as well.
Yeah, yeah. I think there's a thing with production. It keeps you on your feet,
Yeah,
keeps you on your toes. Actually,
yeah,
you
literally.
know. So you have to raise the level. You have to be on point with everything. Everybody, your communication and everything must be on point. Everybody knows that standby. So the way to better it is just the operations of, you know.
Yeah,
So everybody knows what's next.
yeah, and have extra plan Bs.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
Yes, you need plan B and C if you're gonna be running a production
Helpful.
in that way. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I think you did an amazing job.
Thank you.
Everybody did an amazing job. That was part of it.
Yes.
Um,
You guys killed it. I think everybody
I
loved it.
thank
And
you.
your girls were gorgeous in
Thank you
those.
so much.
And a lot of the parents had come to me later. They're like, Nanz, please can you give me the outfits or please tell me? I'm like, no, but these are my production outfits.
They looked, they actually looked like Bollywood
They
dances.
really, really
You
did.
weren't gonna like, because when they looked on stage, they looked like,
And you would never have said that they were just dancing. I mean, we only had like literally maybe 12 lessons. And they nailed all those dances. They learned it and they perfected it. And then they danced in those costumes, which they've never done before. I'm pretty sure. In hip hop dancing, you don't wear those long skirts and scarving and, jewelry.
no.
Yeah.
But they did a good job, and I think that's the thing, man. You wanna create or you wanna build. Like even I know you also with your dance school. I think for any dance teacher, you wanna make sure that when your students go out, they comfortable,
Yeah.
but they do a good job as well.
100%.
So
Yeah.
I think that's for any dance teacher.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Very heartwarming. Where to for Urban Jam? Where does Urban Jam go from here?
Uh, that is a question, especially with our current
Situation.
pandemic, our current
Yeah.
situation.
How did COVID affect you in the dance school?
Uh, very, shall I say, um, heavy.
Mm.
It was a heavy knock. Um, and not only for me, for a lot of studios and a lot of dance schools.
Yeah.
Some of them had to close doors, permanently.
Sadly. Yeah,
You
very
know,
sadly.
for me it was very heavy because my parents weren't very comfortable with, or any parent should I say, was comfortable with sending their kid,
Yeah.
you know,
I had the same struggle.
with contact, face to face contact,
Exposing
exposing
the
your kid,
children.
so we tried the virtual platform. It wasn't working out because then not everybody had proper Wi-Fi. Things
Yeah.
were freezing.
Yeah. Also, the experience
Um,
was different. I mean, nobody expected it to happen, and we weren't really prepared
yeah,
for this entire thing.
yeah. So it was very very heavy,
Hmm.
which obviously forced me to think of
Alternate.
alternative uh, ways, of making an income and making a living.
And what did that give rise to?
That gave birth to a company called Creative Effects.
Yes, the company that supports this podcast
Yes.
500%.
It gave birth to the company called Creative Effects.
Yeah.
So we do so what happened is when the pandemic started dying down, a lot of because when with the pandemic everybody had to shift everything to a digital platform,
Yeah.
to an online platform, and we thought that why not create marketing and advertising content for companies, for small businesses, mainly,
Yeah.
you know um,
That was very creative thinking.
yeah, so for small businesses to obviously get their business, or to advertise their companies and their products and their brands, on this digital platform, at an affordable cost, but still giving them quality.
Yeah.
So still giving them a, like, so almost like we're giving you a big budget crammed into a small budget,
Yeah.
you know, so that we can even the playing field, So that's what creative effects is about. It's about obviously creating marketing content and
Yeah.
advertising content, online content for small to medium businesses, and
You guys are doing a phenomenal job so
thank you
far.
so much. You must
How old
shout
is
out to
this
my team.
company? Yes, huge
Shout
shout
out to
out
my
to the
team.
team, actually.
Uh, right now we are actually 9 months old.
It's still a baby.
Yes,
And you guys have done some really good things, like
nine
really
months
great
old.
things.
Yes, because of Sheldon. Sheldon doesn't like things to be dear car.
Yeah, we know that, Sheldon.
So yeah, but we're only 9 months old.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, and we just hoping to grow from here, you know. But
What future plans do you see for the company? Yeah, tell
I
me.
see this. Future plans. So we have tons of clients. First of all,
Hats
lots
off
and
to
lots of
you.
clients, and
Mm.
I want to employ more people.
Yeah,
I really want to employ more people because I know COVID, smacked a lot of people, and I would love to employ more people and obviously give people a good salary that they could take home,
that's a lovely, lovely
you
thought.
know.
Yeah,
So that's the plan. The plans I have is to grow creative effects, you know, as
yeah,
big as possible, and have more and more awesome clients, that we could do some awesome work for. Yeah, that's the plan, that I want to have a huge company building
yeah.
with the sign that says creative effects. Me, I think that's one of my. I'll be happy when I'm standing in that moment,
Yeah.
looking at the company building. You know.
Perhaps with your own studio, I can come and podcast from there.
Yes, definitely, definitely. We definitely like. Definitely. So we're looking at having, podcast studios in there, the photography studio,
Oh, that's amazing.
having an actual talk show studio in there.
Yeah.
So like a full on media house, so
Can't wait to see.
whatever needs to be done. So if you like, even having creative photo booths, where people
Yeah.
can come and shoot their stuff,
Mm.
so that's the plan and the idea for the media house.
That's really exciting.
So it's a one stop shop.
Mm.
So whatever you need, even design work, like designing stuff for people, you know everything that's got to do with content creation.
Yeah. And you seem to have all the context
Yes,
for that.
yes, I do, and I'm hoping for it to grow more.
It will.
For me to have more. I want to have a whole thingy of context. Can hit up anybody, be like, hey, I
It's
need
gonna
you to
be
do
a
this for me.
yeah. It's gonna be amazing. I really like this
Thank you
idea.
so much.
I
Thank you
like
so
where
much,
it's going.
Nanz. Thank you very
And I
much.
wish you everything of the best with that. So, where to for Sheldon? How does Sheldon, firstly, before where to for you, how do you balance all of this? Because, I mean, we're back to dancing. So, you're dancing again in studio. You have a family.
Yes.
You have this project that you're working on, Creative FX. How do you balance all of that?
Um, I have a strong support
You have a strong supporter, you have a
system.
strong.
Um, the support system is actually my wife.
Yes, thank you. Hats off to her.
I
Shout
have
out.
I have somebody that holds me down,
Yeah.
you know. Um, so
Holds you
I
down and holds you together.
yes,
Yeah. She holds a lot of people together, including me.
yes, she does. um, so that's what helps me keep everything, like everything that I'm busy with, all these things I'm doing. She's the one who remind me, like, hello, did you get this done? Did you make sure this is done? She'll put everything in order.
Yeah.
You see, as a creative, you all over the show. So you
Definitely.
need somebody that keeps you,
Grounded.
yes.
Yeah.
And she's very, very grounded, and um, she's my support structure. Like she's my ride or die. This is my
Shout
homie.
out to you, Delta.
Shout out to my homie.
Shout
You
out
know?
to you, Delshi. Oh my gosh.
She's my ride or die.
Oh, I love it.
I told her she must never leave me.
I don't think she'll ever leave you.
I love her way too much.
Aw.
She must never leave me. She's my homie.
It's cute. Don't cry, Delta, when you're watching this. Please don't cry.
But yeah, that's how I'm able to obviously, you know,
Manage
juggle.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Does she
manage.
dance with you?
No,
Why?
she attempted, but
She also
She was-
attempted.
you and I in the same
I'm not.
boat.
I don't feel so bad
You all
anymore.
attempted, but it was
Too difficult. We
Just-
couldn't keep up.
we had to just it's fine. It's okay. We have to let that one just slide. It's okay. She did try. She's gonna kill me. But yeah, she did try. I think what she's doing, just holding me down.
Yeah,
That's what she must do. She must just stick to holding me down. Yeah.
yeah. Now she's gonna really kill us.
No, she is. Trust me, both of us. But we'll be all right.
Yeah,
We'll be all right.
we'll survive it. Okay. Well, it was lovely talking to you on that note.
Can you see the worry in my face? It's real, guys. It's real.
Any parting words in case these are your last?
I love everybody. I don't know what to say.
Apologize for your team for being so difficult.
Yes, guys. I'm sorry for being such a difficult person to work with, but you know that I love you guys. If this is the last time I'm seeing you, Nanz, thank you so much for having me on this platform.
My absolute pleasure. Anytime.
If I survive,
And if you don't survive,
peace out. It was good.
thank you, Sheldon. Thank you for joining me on today's podcast with Nanz. My episode today with Sheldon has been super fun. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment box below, as well as follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, as well as Spotify. I'll see you guys next time. Mwah.